And it wasn't until really the pandemic happened and this sort of idea, I guess, of wanting to feel uplifted, of wanting to, shall we say, rise up rather than feeling so like stressed and I was literally like stress. I own a restaurant. The pandemic shut me down. The tension, as we all know, the tension, the stress, what's going to happen. It was so much, and I really didn't know what to do. I have to do something. I have to find a way, and so I was like, people talk about this meditation stuff. I gotta try this meditation thing, and it was something that I had never really done before, and certainly was not expert at. And I thought, well, no, I've got to give something a try because I have to relieve this stress. I have to bring it down a notch. And so I started trying to do meditation, and which is ironic because it was a real work to achieve some sort of level of de-stressing. But this one particular guided meditation I was trying, and they said, really try to, when you're relaxing, try to picture yourself as you were, as a little person, as a young child, when you were really happy, when you were like no stress, just life was great, and you were at peace with yourself, and you were really happy. And I remember at that moment, a mental picture came into my head of when I was just a little thing, probably 5 years old, and I had this little polka dot bathing suit, and I had little like Disney floaties on my arm, and I popped out up the side of a pool, and my family actually captured a picture of me, and I just had this vision of myself as this little 5-year-old, and it was like, oh my God, I remember that moment, and I was really happy. And it was just not a care in the world. And that was the image that came to mind during that meditation. And when I in the meditation, I remember when that image came up, I started to laugh because I remembered that, and I smiled and I laughed, and this vision of, my God, like, we don't have to take this all so seriously. Like my goodness, we're doing it to ourselves. Like we're the stress we're bringing upon. Like we just don't have to take it all so seriously. And it was like the light bulb, ding, went off in my head. And when I had that moment, and I started thinking of where I wanted my artwork to go and the transition, the memory of the seniors coming out and being happy and just light and easy and having fun and enjoying life, and it sort of came together, and I wanted to start sculpting these figures and telling their story, and just the story of like fun and loving life. So, yeah. True, they do. Like when I am sculpting, I definitely find that like each one starts to take on its own little persona, and and I'll talk to like, oh, there's Bob, I gotta have Bob, and here's Agnes over here, she's doing she's jumping in doing a cannonball, and so they do have personalities to me when I'm quote unquote dressing them, if you will, and in their outfits, it to me goes with their personality. Like their fashions, whatever their fashion is, goes with their personality and has to fit who they are. So, we express ourselves and define ourselves by our fashions that we choose, right? How we do our hair, what shoes we wear, not every woman wears like leopard print or cheetah print, right? Like that really says a lot about who they are. And so, or as I say, Bob over here is wearing like, almost like a thong, not every dude rocks a thong. You know what I mean? So, with my work, that's, I think, really the underlying theme I want to express is honesty with ourselves about who we are, and really living that honesty. That's why, like, this piece in particular is about seniors. I'll often do other pieces that like have like little children or children in it, and I think honestly those two ages really speak to honesty. Children, because they don't know any different. If they don't like something, they'll tell you. And it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. Similarly, seniors are now at a stage in their life where, you know what, they're done with it, man. Like they're like, this is me. This is what I like, and this is what I don't like, and this is who I am, and they're kind of over it. And I think it's wonderful. Like, it's a wonderful thing, and we all go through our own evolutionary process to get to that, and each of us at different stages of life achieve that. But I think, I mean, that's certainly my quest in life, is like, having the confidence to just really be me, just, whatever that may be, and whether someone likes it, doesn't like it, whatever that is, it's okay. Like, I'm just being me. I think today's world especially, we have, I think sometimes everybody's so on eggshells, especially with our social media and so on. Everybody's on eggshells. It's like, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to, political correctness. I'm not. Yeah, cancel culture. There's so many things, right? We're very much on edge about, what am I allowed to say, and how can I say it so I don't offend anybody, but still get my ideas across, and all these things. And I think, obviously, it's good to be sensitive of other people's feelings and so on. But I think we've overshot. I think we've gone to the other extreme, and because of that, we're almost losing ourselves. That's absolutely true, and to be perfectly frank, that was part of the reason why I didn't want to create a sculpture that was just flat surface, non-moving, because I think we are seen from all sides, and we are, the way we move and the way that we behave and interact with each other is part of our life. And so I wanted to, in doing it this way, I kept that sense of life, that sense of movement, and as you say, to be seen from all directions, and to be okay with that, in so many ways, I think trying to always define a person or define a thing or object or whatever it is. Why does it have to be one thing only? Like, why? I mean, I am a sculptor, I'm a painter. You might consider this installation. Why does it have to be? You know what I mean? And whatever someone's view of themselves is personal. And honestly, I think for me, I'm like, respect. Personal respect around us. I had someone actually write to me, and they were very upset. They were very angry regarding this piece. They really were very upset that I was taking seniors and treating them in an undignified and mocking and denigrating fashion. And they were very, very upset by that. And I had to really think on that. I was like, well, am I? That certainly was never my intent, but am I? This person. And again, I had to sort of take a step back and go, okay, well, hold on a second, I respect that person's opinion, like I respect that, but I also need to respect my opinion and where I was coming from. And certainly it was not one of pointing and laughing, it was, it was mockery in the sense of how serious we take ourselves, but not mockery in the sense of, oh, look at you, you're fat, or oh, your boobs are saggy, or what, it was not mockery in that sense, because that's being human. So I really did have to take a step back, but I do think so much of it is whatever anyone's choices are, like respect for self, and being honest with ourselves, and again, and honest with each other, but respect. I think that comes down to it. And if my artwork in that way, as I say, I had to hear this person and understand their viewpoint, but also I think they had to understand mine too. So I think it has to be a mutual respect, and we can't take on everybody else's stuff. I did not mean it that way. I wrote back to her and I said, I'm sorry you felt that way, but that was never my intention. And I have to honor what was me, what was my intention and what makes me happy. Creating pieces like this makes me happy. I apologize if you were hurt by that. It certainly was not my intention, but there's just such we seem to be so offended these days, and I think it's such a shame. And that's where I come back with, like, we never had to take it all so seriously, everything is perspective, and you can choose to be angry, or you can choose to be like, oh my God, that's going to be me in 10 years, or and be like, oh geez, that's me now, and isn't that kind of funny? Like, we all. It's perspective and making a choice. And right now, I think too often we're choosing to be offended when we could maybe choose not to be. The internet is a wonderful thing. Obviously is a fabulous tool, and it's wonderful. But I also think the world of social media has taken things to now where it's gone to the ridiculous, and because of the anonymity one has via social media, that the ability to express one's opinion anonymously and spew whatever vitriol or whatever good you want to the world is available for everybody. And on the one hand, can it be great? Yes, it can. Can it be a negative? Absolutely, it can. And I think that definitely that's sometimes where I literally have to put the phone down, put it down, because either you can get yourself stirred up angrily. I think there's also way too much apologizing. Live your life. Be a good person, follow your path, whatever that path may be. For me, it's creativity, whatever the path may be, but follow it. But honestly, I think if we live with honesty and live with respect for ourselves and for others, let's just laugh about it. We don't need to, let's just laugh and be happy. I think I could probably speak for all artists with ideas are not the problem. Creativity, that's not the problem. It's almost like there's too many bombarding you all at one time. Absolutely, though, I will say that any award or recognition or sale of a piece or anything like that, obviously, yes, absolutely inspires you. It's exciting. rewarding, and it definitely makes you want to like create more and go forth and do more. So absolutely it does that. And when it comes to further pieces, if my problem is I run out of room. But yes, I'm inspired to go on and make definitely more mobiles. That's the direction that I really want to continue with, because as I say, I love the life that lives in them with their movement, and that you can tell a story in a piece. And that for me, I really like to be able to, shall we say, share a story with people. And and laugh and have fun. So definitely, this is a direction that I want to keep going. And definitely, awards, as I say, that it's always inspiring.